I've never seen what Shedeur Sanders is doing. Ex-NFL WR reveals what makes Deion Sanders' son unique. After a dramatic draft day fall, the major questions that emerged about Shedeur Sanders were related to his attitude. With reports emerging about his apparent problems during interviews and meetings with teams, every step of his NFL journey was sure to be scrutinized. Since then, he's thankfully been more careful with his decisions, barring a few missteps. His performances on the field have been solid throughout, with the media and coaches surrounding the Cleveland Browns waxing lyrical about the work he's put in. However, he's gone a step further to become a fan favorite in the community as well, something a former Ohio native receiver believes sets the potential QB, one of the Browns, apart from his competition. Can Shedeur Sanders win the starting job like he's winning over the community? After he fell to the 5th round of the 2025 NFL Draft, the road to Sanders as a starting quarterback in the NFL became that much tougher. However, it was especially bad given his organization, as Cleveland currently houses 5 QBs on its roster. While Deshaun Watson is slated to miss the entirety of next season, that still leaves Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, and Dylan Gabriel as competition for the son of the legendary 2-time Super Bowl champion, Deion Sanders. However, for Ohio's very own Cecil Shorts III, Sanders is doing something entirely unprecedented that makes him a joy to watch. A 4th-round pick in 2011, Shorts spent 6 seasons in the league, playing for the likes of the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Houston Texans, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But, during an appearance on the 92.3 The Fan radio for Cleveland, he made it clear that the Colorado Buffaloes superstar has an entirely unique love for the community, not usually seen in rookie players, let alone quarterbacks. I've never seen what Shedeur Sanders is doing this early on in a player's career. I've never seen a rookie come into the league, and before he's even played a snap, he's already in the Garden Valley Project, or throwing a fun fest for people that are struggling after that fire. The work he's doing in the Cleveland area to resonate with the fan base is already starting to become the stuff of legend. The fest, as Shorts described in brief, was a heartwarming gesture to help families affected by an explosion and ensuing fire in the Rainbow Terrace apartments. He even made it clear, at the time, that he believed actually stepping in to do the work accounted for a lot. Sending money and stuff, that is easy, but you have to actually go out there and be in the flesh. I feel like that's more impactful. But it's gone beyond just the one isolated incident. Shorts even pointed to the meet and greet Sanders did at popular fast food joints like KFC. The entire process began right from the get-go for the rookie QB. As Shorts reminded folks, as soon as he got drafted, the first week he was here, he goes to John Marshall High School. The play on the field, as evidenced by the numbers he's put up in the offseason so far, is giving optimism to fans in Cleveland that they might have their new future quarterback. But this stuff off the field is what might make him a lifer. It's a special thing that he's doing. That's not normal. What he's doing is he's winning the fans over. He's winning the city of Cleveland over. The sun had barely risen over the practice fields in Boulder, Colorado, but the grass already shimmered with dew and anticipation. Former NFL wide receiver Malik Hightower, known for his 5 years with the Patriots and a reputation as one of the sharpest football minds around, leaned against the fence, arms crossed, watching with a look in his eyes that could only be described as awe. He had seen prodigies before. He'd run routes for Tom Brady in his prime, caught passes from Drew Brees in an off-season camp, and even mentored rookies who were hailed as the future. But the young man commanding the huddle this morning, wearing a black and gold jersey with the name Sanders stitched on the back, was different. Shedeur, Malik muttered under his breath, as if saying the name aloud would somehow make the vision in front of him more real. Reporters gathered around, their microphones and cameras already aimed in his direction. The buzz was electric. Deion Sanders' son, Shedeur, wasn't just living up to the hype. He was rewriting the playbook. A play in motion. The whistle blew. The ball snapped. In one seamless motion, Shedeur dropped back 5 steps, eyes scanning the field with a calmness that seemed impossible for someone his age. His offensive line crumbled on the right, but instead of panicking, he pivoted, rolled out to his left, and without resetting his feet, flicked a laser 30 yards downfield. The pass carved through the morning air, spiraling so tightly it seemed like it might cut the breeze itself. It landed softly in the hands of a receiver streaking along the sideline. Perfect placement, right between the cornerback's outstretched fingers and the safety's desperate dive. Touchdown. The sideline erupted, but Shedeur didn't celebrate. He simply jogged back, face calm, eyes already analyzing the defense for the next snap. Malik shook his head slowly, almost laughing. I've never seen what Shedeur Sanders is doing, he finally told the nearest camera crew. Never. Not at his age. Not with this kind of poise. He's playing the game like he's bending time. The mechanics beyond mechanics. Later, during a water break, Malik explained. You know, I've played with guys who could throw rockets, he said, eyes still locked on Shedeur, who was casually spinning a ball on his fingertip. I've played with guys who knew every defense inside and out. But Shedeur? He's mixing artistry with calculation. He's reading a defense like a quarterback, improvising like a streetball legend, and delivering like a 10-year vet in the league. That's rare. That's special. Reporters pressed him. What makes him unique? Malik laughed. It's like watching Deion play cornerback, prime time, but behind center. His dad had this aura, right? This belief that every play was his to own. Shedeur's got that same thing, but in a quarterback's mind. He knows he's rewriting expectations. He's not just trying to win, he's trying to create. The shadow of Deion and the light of Shedeur. Growing up as Deion Sanders' son meant living in a shadow that stretched across football history. But Shedeur had never treated that shadow as something to escape. Instead, he used it as a canvas. Teammates spoke of late nights when they'd find him alone in the film room, headphones on, muttering to himself as he rewound and replayed clips of NFL defenses. They'd see him before dawn, sprinting routes with receivers, tinkering with timing until every step felt like poetry. Coach Prime, Deion himself, once said, "My boy doesn't just want to be good. He wants to be unforgettable." And now, with each jaw-dropping throw, each impossible escape from pressure, Shedeur was proving his father right.